Right on. I don't know if anybody's going to be joining us right now. I didn't give any forewarning, and it is kind of late. But I know there's some night owls, and I know there's some people on in other sides of the world. So here I am. Yay! So today I think I was going to play with some inking, and I've been wanting to do this. I tried to do a little bit of inking with one of these pens, and these are great, but these are ancient. I want to say that these were my mother's. She was an art major in the 60s, and I want to say these were hers because they seem, I mean, they're really old. And although I do think that I had to have one for school, I don't know. I can't remember. It's been forever. So I have those, but I also have this. And I got this about 20 years ago from a stationery place. And then I also got these nibs. I just changed it out. I had been using this one, although I say had been using very loosely because I trying to also make it to where it doesn't feel like you guys are falling. I have it's been a long time since, I mean, it's I don't, regularly pick up my dip pen to play, but there's something about dip pens that are just amazing. And I also have, like, I'll show you guys a collection of inks. And for the most part, I have been using these. I had taken a painting class from Elena Hennessy, and she uses a lot of acrylic inks. And so I was going to play with some of these. I have amassed a bit of a collection, and they're just fun to work with, really. I mean, and I do have like a regular India ink, but I've got. I also want to play with working with my fountain pens, but I don't have. I mean, I've got cartridges for them, but I want to check into because they have some really amazing inks, and most of the time the pens come with these great little converters where you can dip it and pull the ink into the well. And so I've got them for these pens. I just haven't sat down and played with it. So anyway, all right. So today though, I thought I would work with playing with the dip pen, and I do want to put some of this in my journal, but I think I'm going to practice first because I am it's been a minute. So I'm gonna start with a let's start with something fun. I'm gonna start with this. This is a Liquitex acrylic ink. So we'll just see. We'll see what happens. I mean, chances are this isn't necessarily meant for this, and I kind of don't care. And I'm gonna move these to the side because I love these, but they're kind of scritchy and beat up. So I'm gonna go with this one that I've had. And it's just a barrel. And usually they come with tips. I think I even have, wait, let's see. I think I even have like calligraphy tips for, shits and giggles. At one time I did, nope, those are my carvers. Never mind, those aren't my calligraphy tips. Let's see if I see them in here. Oh, they're somewhere. I have calligraphy tips somewhere, and they were in a jar. So this is the paper I tore out the other day. And actually, I'm going to start with the moleskin paper because no, I'm not. I'm going to start with the mixed media paper. So anyway, let's see. And looks like my points. I don't have my glasses on, so it's hard to tell. All right. Whee! All right. Let me do this. I mean, because it's not. I mean, it's cut and dried. Let's go into the. Let's go ahead and straight into the book. And I feel like it's going to work okay because the. I mean, a lot of the jelly plate stuff is in acrylic anyway. So let's try it over the jelly plate and see some jelly plate printing and see what happens. Maybe not this one. Let's go with this one. Oh, I might try it over some watercolor too while I'm at it. Oh, come on. I know I have a ton of jelly plate prints that I pasted in. Where are they? There's one. I don't want to do that one. All right, hold on. Let's go with. Here we go. Now we're talking. All right, let's see. Let's play here. This will be good. All right. I like this, but I'm wondering too how a bright. I've got these fluorescent colors. That might look really cool. I know this would look good. And then I also have this copper. Let's see how the copper looks on there. I love me some sparkle. I mean, this is really just liquid acrylic, so I feel like it's going to do fine. It's not showing up at all. It's not going down as smooth as it does just on regular paper. All right, let's try this. I'm not loving the way that it's going down. Let's try a different color. Maybe it's just not showing up. Oi. Let's go back to, let's try this hot orange. I'm going to dip this in a little bit of water to clean that off. Oh yeah, that's showing up much better. See, now there's this little flower right here in the middle. This dot pattern. I like the kind of shakiness of that line. That is like some wet ink though. All right. You know what? I'm gonna try drawing a face. Let's see. We'll start with the nose. Sometimes when I draw these faces and I start with a nose, I'm sure you guys are old enough to remember who Kilroy is. I feel like I'm doing a Kilroy is here. Kind of like just with that shading like that. That's interesting. I'm gonna leave that. Yeah, I kind of see almost the outline of a face. Boy, she she looks like she has the measles. Kind of like how that blobbed out. Interesting. I don't know if you guys can hear my air conditioning unit cut on. I'm in between my unit and my neighbor's unit. Is on one side of the room outside, and the other's on the other side of the room outside. So in the summertime, it does get a little noisy down here. But that's okay. Let's take it down to here. Maybe this is part of her dress. Here you go. I'm looking at my iPad, and that orange is like super freaking bright. It's almost blowing out the color in the. But I'm digging it. I'm sorry, I'm just digging it. Yay! Of course, it's super wet, and that's the right side, and I'm right-handed, so I don't want to like drag my hand across that. You know what? I'm gonna turn this upside down, or at least this way. I'm just gonna work on this one upside down, so then that way I don't drag my hand across that. Now it's interesting because the texture of this this page right here feels like it's slicker. The acrylic is a little thicker and a little more slick and plasticky. So this is kind of it's not too bad. Let's try. Okay, I'm going to move this to the side and let that dry. You should see my desk. It is just a hot freaking mess. Okay, I'm going to put it up here. There we go. All right, let's move on to another one. Let's see what we got. Oh, I think I put some down here. Yeah, let's do it down here. Go back to these pages. This is where I jelly plate printed directly into the book. I feel like I know I pasted some jelly plate stuff. Must be here. See here, I was trying to do it with a. I think that I just did with the dropper. You know, kind of like. All right. Stop at that. Oh, well, now it's wet. Great. Let's do this. Oh, that's going to smash it to bits. All right. We got to set this aside too. We'll set it over here. All right. I'm back in this book. Let's see. I wasn't going to do that page. But I know that I had pasted some down. Well, I guess we'll go back to these. All right. It's time to maybe hit these. This one, I am not loving that purple. But I'm wondering if I maybe do something with the purple. You know, I'm going to leave that orange on there because I wonder if it's going to make some really cool designs. Let's see what else. Oh, I've got this shimmery green. See, but I don't think the shimmer really shows up. I mean, I've already got a shimmer in here. Okay, we're going to abandon that idea. Let's go with a... Oh, what's this? Oh, this is a purple. This is like a grayish purple. Let's use that. I like this purple too. This is like a reddish purple. And this like... I thought sure I had something that was more gray. Unless the light's just messing me up here for a minute. Let's see what this looks like. Hey, bee lady. Hey, Duncan. How are you guys? All right. The pen scratching is soothing. I know, right? I should do like an ASMR of the pen scratching. Oh yeah, this is like almost like a gray with a little bit of purple. So let me try doing some how about try like a little Zen-tangly kind of thing. See, that's showing up almost as black. All right, let me move to a different color. That will be interesting. Leave that there. And I keep looking at this color. This color is great. I don't know, man. Teal is my thing. I have three. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. Four bottles of teal in my collection. Oh yeah, I like that. Yeah, I like the uneven line quality, which is kind of crazy. Okay, so I had been telling you guys about that tool that they used before repigraphs. And you guys might know about this tool. This was years ago. But this is what they use to get like really good even lines. And we had to use one, actually a rapidograph. And then you would measure out the line width. like however many picas or whatever points you want that line to be. And then this is supposed to give a really even quality line. And it does for the most part, but I can even see where it breaks up enough. They would get down there with a, with a loop, a magnifying loop, and would just circle where it was all messed up. I haven't used one of these in a long time. But yeah, so then I could also widen it, and we have an even bigger line. Or we could make it super thin. Oops, that's the wrong way. Or is it? Oh, why is it? What's it doing? I know, lefty loosey, righty tighty, right? Okay. It's not grabbing. Oh, there it goes. Okay. There we go. Super fine line. Like a whisper of a line, like a hairline. Ooh, I miss you working with that. Hey, Angie. Glad you could join us. I guess it's is it morning time over there? Maybe it's wait, so it's 10 o'clock here. You're like what, 11 hours, I think. Maybe 10. 10. Wow, what is that tool? This, I was saying, I had mentioned this the other day. When I was talking about graphic design, and this is a really old graphic design tools that back when we would do mechanicals and you would have to draw lines, do line work that the lines had to be really straight and even. Instead of rapidographs, this predates rapidographs. This is a tool before they had those fancier pens. So this is what they would use to make lines when they were preparing boards for printing. So I have one of these. And actually, I used to have it to where it was, I want to say that this dent right here in it is for putting into a compass. So you could get perfectly drawn circles. And because we would use it with a ruler, you'd have to have a ruler with a slightly raised edge, because that bead of ink, if the ruler was touching the paper, the bead of ink would attach to that and bleed underneath the ruler. But if you had like a little bit of a ledge where the ruler stuck out just a hair, then we could draw straight lines without the bead of ink attaching to the ruler. So yeah, so I've had this. This thing is, God, this thing is from the early 80s. So I was in school in the mid to late 80s in college. And this is an old drafting tool. So anyway, that's what that is. But I love using that now that I just added these lines on here. Messed up my pattern. No, but it's all meant to be. Wait. So yeah, I'm using my gazillion inks, and but what I love about these pens is that this is that it gives that uneven quality. That line quality is just real shaky and scritchy, and you get globs of ink. I kind of love that. So anyway, I've been dying to like play with the dip pens, and I've got, like I said, I have like a ton. I'm going to show you guys. Can you see that? I've got a ton. I've been collecting alcohol, acrylic inks for a really long time. Wait, is that tilted wrong? I need to move this over. I've been collecting acrylic inks for a long time because I had taken a painting class, online painting class. The girl, she was actually in Asheville when I lived there, and I was taking that class. But It was that big globby thing. And she used them a lot of times. A lot of times she would um, put the ink on the canvas and then just drop ink and watch it pull up and see what it did and let it dry and then just paint around it, and then that and she would come up with beautiful designs and then go back and do like little detail work with paint pens, and her work was amazing. She actually used to license her stuff to department stores and all. Oh, interesting tool. It's Sunday, 11 a.m. Oh, happy Sunday. All right, let me clean this, and I'm going to move on to another color. I am feeling the purple today. Um, yeah, let me go with this one. This is a nice. See, now that this, I don't know that if you guys can see the subtleties. Probably not. Up here is the gray is drawing a little lighter, and the light grayish purple is showing up. So I wanted to get into these, and you know how I like to go back with white pens or little black pens and do some interesting little line work. I wanted to try it with dip pens because I have all these acrylic inks, and I thought that, especially over the jelly plates, that the acrylic ink would do really well. Because it's just like, really watered down acrylic. So it seemed like the perfect medium. And this is an old dip pen. I had gotten this. I used to do a newsletter for an independent bookstore in Birmingham, in Asheville, and we I did. They had a sister store that was a stationery store, and I talked them into letting me do their newsletter in trade. A lot of, I mean, sometimes they could, they would just go ahead and pay me for my work, but sometimes, since it was a side gig, I would do it in trade for, like, you know, they had a cafe. So if I did it in trade, that was like all my lunches for 3 months. Um, or I would take some of that out and use it at the stationery store. And I got this pen nib holder, and then these little tips, this little tin of tips, which I love. I also got amazing things like this is a fountain pen. I love this fountain pen. So yeah. Anyway, I got stuff like that, the paper. They had all kinds of fun. It was great, a great place to like buy Christmas gifts. Wow, that's a lot of ink. And this is drawing like so much lighter. But I'm looking at it, looks almost all black on screen, except for these green lines. Except for the lines that I did with the little pen tool, the drafting pen tool. Anyway, like I said, I like, it's kind of, I like the imperfect line. It's like mark making, it's not, it's the shaky quality of it's great. And then the globs, except for, dear God, please don't let a big, huge, gigantic glob. But if it is, I don't know. If it does, then it does, right? But yeah, I've been itching to play with these pens. And like I said, I have these. I believe these were my mom's. I know one of them I think I had to have. These three must be my mom's from when she was an art major in the 60s. And then this one, I believe I had to get it for one of my drawing classes. So, and they're fine, but they're, I mean, the tips are kind of crossing and bent a little bit. This one's totally jacked, but that doesn't mean I don't. Here, I'll use it now. Wait, let me use it now. I mean, even with that little scritchy part that's kind of bent. Let's see if it's still. I mean, it's still. Oh, hello. You have to kind of press it a little more, and then it leaves these globs. It's probably all bent from being pressed too hard. Yeah, that's probably what happened. Boy, I love the ink blotches. Thanks. Yeah, I do too. I think it just, I don't know. It gives the the design more energy. I mean, it's so different. Okay, I'm going to compare it to, like, where are my other little pens? Hold on. I've got, okay, like yeah, like this. This is just like a regular line marker. So if I do the same thing here, I mean, of course, I could go way faster. And I have so much more control. But one, it's in black. And that's pretty much it. I mean, I can get some colors like red or blue or green or even purple, but it's going to be like that shade I'm not so keen on. You see, look how different those look. It's very different. Yeah, I definitely like the little blobby ones. Um, just an old dip pen with a big old tip. Oh, oh, there's a big blob. Hmm. Let's try some smaller circles as we're going out. I like those. You know, throughout a lot of my things, I have a couple of like little paintings that I did, or some of my pieces in my book. I'll do I do a lot of symbols, circles. I do a lot of this kind of, I don't even know, like scales. It looks like rainbows or scales. And then I'll do this other thing where it's, of course, I start on the right hand page, so it makes it totally screws me for working on the left side. I'm going to move to this one. Hold on. Oh, that still has a big old blob. Let's move to, I'm going to go with, mm, yeah, I'm going to go, no, I'm going to go with a blue. That's so blue. Is this the same? This might be the same blue. No, this is, oh, see, this, it's so interesting because, what does it say? This is, where's the name of this color? See, when you turn them upside down, where's the name of the fluorescent blue and turquoise. Let's go with fluorescent blue. I think I had bought a set of fluorescent colors because sometimes I like to put that like kapow kind of color in. Okay. Anyway, I was saying that sometimes when I do a mark like this, the lines and then the dots, it's like rain. I love ink scritches. Yeah, I know. That's what B Lady said too. It's like the ink scritches. I could do an ASMR of just the ink scritches, right? Where you don't hear anything but just ink scritches and watching me draw with this pen. Yeah, I like the feel of it too. And I'm glad you guys can hear the ink scritches. That means my microphone's working well, as opposed to in the past, where if it was underwater, you wouldn't be able to hear the scritches at all. Probably means you can hear the air conditioning unit too, but it's off right now. So it cycled off. This doesn't seem that fluorescent blue. And I like that it's doing so well over the acrylic in the jelly plate printing. Um, I mean, part of that's because the jelly plate printing has a little bit of a tooth to it, but the other part is that I'm using um, acrylic ink. So acrylic ink on top of acrylic paint, I imagine is a thing. I imagine it's not a bad thing. Let's try putting some of that fluorescent yellow here. I'm gonna dip the brush briefly, but I'm gonna be okay if it doesn't. Because I've got a little bit of yellow here, and I'm wondering if this is going to be opaque-ish. It might not be. We'll see. Oh yeah, no, that's not showing up at all. Okay. Well, that is though. That's interesting. If I really puddle it on, it shows up. I wonder if this goldeny yellow would show up better. Let's try that. I'm surprised how fluorescent this orangey color was. It no, that's not it. It was this orangey color. I'm surprised how fluorescent that showed up right there when it dried. Love this color. Oh yeah, that's better. I still have to kind of get it on there thick. I guess it has like this pigment that makes it fluorescent, and otherwise it's too thin, and it doesn't. It just becomes a little more transparent. I like that though with the orange. Yay! All right, I'm gonna go back to this one. Oh, look how fluorescent it is when it dries. Okay, I'm gonna carefully so I don't like get so this one doesn't run. Mm. I mean, wow. Super fluorescent. Oh my goodness. I like it though. And I think I want to add, I think instead of doing that, I'm going to brush that on. I don't have my favorite brushes down here. Oh, wait, I do have one. Hold on. Where is it? It's right here. Love this brush. See, that's not doing much. See how transparent that is? That's surprising. And I don't want to like go over those lines, but I wanted to just like maybe put like a little color block in here. That's interesting. Huh, okay. And I started to fill in her eye with the red, but I kind of like the look of the shadow off the corner. Let's see. I'd watch it. Huh. I wonder how the yellow would look under a black light. I know, right? I feel like it might. I feel like when it dries, yeah, that luminescence is going to come out more because it did with that little orange, that dry orange patch on the plant. And same here, like the luminescence. This part's really dry. Most of the flowers dry except for this part right here and this part right there, and it's pretty freaking bright. I mean, so you know, yeah, it's interesting. Fluorescents are just so interesting to me. And I like adding like a little pop of retina searing against, some really more subtle colors. But just one little pop, just a whisper. Yeah, she looks like she has the measles. I'm not mad at it. Okay, I want to do like a. What do I want to do? Oh, look at that color. It's like a green. Let's play with that. I like that. Kind of a wash. Very yellow. Huh. Is that going to bleed through? Nope. Oh, I think this is the. No, this is the crappy book where it will bleed through. I bet. Oh well. It won't bleed through on this part though, because that's a layer of book page. So it's two layers. But right here, yeah, possibly. Okay. Let's see. I'm gonna do something else over here. You can tell I use this color a lot. Is that the same as this? This is fluorescent pink, and this is fluorescent pink. 538. Yep, they're the same color. Well, it's a good thing because I use the heck out of this one. All right, but I don't want to do that there. I want to do. Hmm. Do I have two coppers too? Why, yes, I do. Birdwing copper. I have two of them. See, those are my favorites. The birdwing copper and the pink, the big fluorescent pink. And then, no, this is different from this. This is turquoise. I do like turquoise. I think I have two of these. What are these? This is dark green, 326. Yep, 326. And teal. Yep, that tracks. But I do love a navy. Let's try the navy. Oh, let me show you guys this. This is, I don't remember where I got this. This is like Uber Sparkle. It's a glitter ink. I think it's an acrylic ink. I'm not 100% sure. But it is off the charts glitter. So what do we make? What are we going to make sparkly? Let's make the center of this flower sparkly. I don't know if you can see how glittery that is. I'm like a magpie. Anyway, if you want some uber sparkle, like major sparkle, this is what you need right here. This. It's so pretty. And it's kind of this greeny gold, like almost it has a sheen of olive to it. It's really kind of cool. Okay. I'm going to go back to this pen. I think. Yeah, I'm going to go back to this pen. I'm going to go back to this pen and I'm going to do blue. Nope, I'm going to do teal because I have 2 jars of it, so I might as well use it. And it's not, I have these 2, which are the same. And then I have this one, which is pretty darn close in a different brand. Yeah. Right on. All right. Of course, I have a hair right there. I don't want to drag that hair across. That could be a problem. All right, hold on. Shit. It's glued under this page. All right, where's my scissors? Damn it. That sucked. Okay, there we go. Let's try this again. Shit. See, I knew that was going to happen. Oi. But you know what? It happens, and then you go with it, right? I wonder if I could suck that up. Ooh, nope. That would be bad. I don't think that made it. I don't think that improved on it. Okay. Wait, let me scoot this over so you can see this hot mess. There we go. Is that better? Yeah, there we go. Wow, this is so blobby. I think I would do better if I did it with my non-dominant hand. Wow. Okay. Nope. I'm embracing it. I'm embracing it. It's all good. I don't hate it. I kind of like it, although I'm kind of mad at it. Maybe do it with a cloth. I like the blobs. Yeah, it's all good. Yeah, I think. Yeah, they mimic the. They kind of do, and actually looking at it up close, I'm like, ah. But looking at it on my iPad, seeing what you guys are seeing, I don't hate it. I don't have a choice. I mean, I guess I could go over it, but I'm not going to because I think it's kind of cool. It's very primitive, mark making e kind of thing. Yeah. It might be time for me to like. All right, let's just go with this. That's very scratchy right there. That's a lot of paint. There's a lot of paint right in that spot. All right, I'm tapping it to try and get that excess off. I like these plants that kind of look like the sad Charlie Brown Christmas tree. I think it doesn't help that I'm having to hold the pen way down here, which isn't, I don't know. I don't have as much control, and I don't know that that's necessarily a bad thing, but then I don't have as much control. And the reason why is because this is still wet, and I'm operating on across the spread here. So that's my excuse. Let's see. Today I planted my tomatoes in, well, it's just like a balcony garden. I don't really, I mean, I guess I could put them in the ground out back, even though I don't think the light's right out back. I want it to go across here, but I don't know how to do it on this angle without like causing it to run like that. Shit. I'm just embracing it. I'm embracing it. I'm going to also clean off the barrel because it's really, really dirty. Okay. Anyway, so yeah, tomatoes and some peppers and some basil and a lemon cucumber. Here we go. I think what I want to do, I have organic nature. I love the organic nature of the old dot. Yeah, right? I do too. It's kind of, yeah, this is so, and even the dot pattern up close, has a little bit of like grunge to it. And I feel like this squiggly, scritchy line feels real, is just like taking that organic up a notch. And I'm telling you, I don't know if you guys can see. I'm gonna tilt this just a hair and see if you can see the glitter in the center dot. It is freaking off the charts, is what it is. All right, I'm gonna do some dots here, maybe, because I feel like her dress needs something. Whoops. There. I like the unevenness of the dots here too. And it kind of brings out, now that I have those there, to me it brings out, there's a little ring, because this is the ghost print, I think, of this, of the stencil, and it brings out the little turquoise ring around the her skin condition. So, which I kind of love. I think I'm gonna let that be for now. I'm kind of digging this, and I'm really enjoying using this pen. So I'm gonna do some more of this for sure. But I'm gonna let that dry, and I'm going to call it an evening. And I will see you guys tomorrow. Tomorrow's probably going to be another one in the evening, but probably not so late. So anyway, all right, I'm going to sign off. Thanks for joining me, you guys. Oh my God, it's 2 p.m. on my wall clock. I must have stopped. 2:30. No, it's about 2. Wait, is it 2? What time is it? Was it, you said it was 11? Oh yeah. I guess your clock did stop, right? Oh my goodness. Yay! Thanks for joining me, you guys. I really enjoyed that. All right. I will see you guys tomorrow. Have a good evening or good rest of your afternoon. Talk to you later. Oh, where am I going? Right here.